He was a wanted homicide offender, so he already has, we know he's got the, lack of respect for human life.
A man wanted for murder is dead after a running gun battle with police in a Grand Rapids neighborhood. Good afternoon. I'm Kirk Montgomery.
I'm Belle.
And I'm Juliette Dragus. It all started with an anonymous tip to police.
Michigan State Police have now taken over the investigation. We have team coverage this afternoon.
13 on your side's Keely Lovern will have reaction from the neighborhood where the shootout happened.
But we begin with Carla Byron, who spoke with police. She joins us from the newsroom with more.
Police got an anonymous tip through Silent Observer about Patrick Jones. He was wanted for the murder of Tamika Wright, who was shot and killed in Grand Rapids in early October. A fugitive task force team was sent to the area of Jefferson and Belle, where they encountered who they believed was 30-year-old Jones. Chief Winstrom says Jones then began to shoot at them, striking a police cruiser several times. It turned into a running gun battle as Jones ran a few blocks, shooting at the officers, and 3 officers shot back. This was a very large crime scene, more than 2 blocks, but the chief says the whole thing was over within 3 minutes. It ended with Jones dead on Cass Avenue. It's unclear if he took his own life or if he was struck by gunfire from multiple police officers. None of the officers or any bystanders were hurt.
Extremely thankful no officers were hurt. Extremely thankful that no one on the street is hurt. Like I said, this is a residential area, so the potential is there. And like I said, he was a wanted homicide offender, so he already has, we know he's got the, lack of respect for human life, so that was a real concern.
Police do have body cam video of the incident, which may be released as early as tomorrow afternoon. And per standard protocol, Michigan State Police is taking over the officer-involved investigation, and the officers are on administrative leave. Guys.
Now, this shooting happened in a neighborhood close to a Grand Rapids school that had to be placed on lockdown. 13 on your side's Keely Lovern joining us now live with that part of the story. Keely.
Good afternoon, Kirk. Well, what we know is that shortly after the shooting today, students at the Southeast Career Pathways High School, which is the building you can see kind of in the distance behind me, they were dismissed early during that police investigation. Now, the school does say that none of their students were harmed in any way. They just did that dismissal out of an abundance of caution. So this was the scene that was blocked off by police. Carla mentioned a few blocks, actually, a pretty big crime scene today. That was at the corner of Garden and Cass Avenues. Now, family members of Patrick Jones, the man who is suspected of being shot today, were emotional out here today. I did speak to a couple of them, and they said he had some troubles for a while, but they were really hoping that this wouldn't end this way. They also said they feel horrible for what happened to Tamika Wright, and they don't condone any of Patrick's actions. On the other side of where police had the roads blocked off near Jefferson Avenue and the high school, neighbors over there tell me that unfortunately there are always problems in this area and that they heard everything.
I heard gunshots and then I heard sirens. Like, people were telling me the police was shot, people were telling me it was a man shot. So I didn't know what to believe at that point.
It has to start with us as a community to make the places safe for our kids. Because at me being a parent, I don't even want my kids to come outside because of everything that's going on. Yeah. But it starts with us as a community. It does. It starts with us as parents, I know a lot of us work and stuff like that, but it does. I mean, they are trying to make the streets, make it look more nicer, but making it look nice don't start in the streets what's going on.
Now, we do know that students from the high school were being loaded onto buses and taken to Gerald R. Ford Middle School just down the road to be picked up or taken home by bus. And we did also see police canvassing the neighborhood around the area, going to doors, trying to gather as much information as possible. That's the latest for now. Reporting live in Grand Rapids, Keely Lovern, 13 on your side.
All right, Keely, thank you again. The police chief telling us they do not expect body camera footage to be released today. When it is released, we will bring that to you both on air and online.